Da sind wir hoffentlich jetzt mit einem wundervollen Gast gleich zum Thema Tom Clancy Division, was auf jeden Fall ein Spiel ist, wo wir, glaube ich, einiges an Fragen haben und einige Reddit zu posten, wenn ihr Fragen habt an Division. I was just saying, first of all, you're Julian.
Yes.
Hi, thanks for coming here.
Hello.
Thanks for giving us a video about Division.
Okay.
Which looked great when I skipped through it. So we're going to show it and you're going to talk a little bit about it.
Fantastic.
And then I'm going to try to question you about it. I've heard that people are actually waiting for you. They're standing right there and just hovering. When will he say something stupid? When will he say something against women's are hard to animate or what I've heard? Yeah?
So yeah, if I say anything wrong, I'm going to be kidnapped and killed. So please don't push me.
I believe Mike will do that.
Yeah, he would do that.
Ist tatsächlich so, hat hier sein PR-Manager, PR-Sprecher daneben, der auch schon meinte, so, wir kriegen manchmal ein bisschen Ärger, weil er gerne ein bisschen frech ist. Und das finde ich aber gut. I like the style.
Okay.
I like that
all right,
style.
All right.
Okay, first of all, let's watch. Oh, I'm just hearing no sound.
Hey, Julian.
Wait a second.
How's it going?
Everybody loves you.
It's very kind.
Okay,
Lots of pink hearts.
Like it's working again. Okay, we have sound. Great.
My German isn't so great though. Julian, you rock. Thank you very much, Mr. McMighty Gaming.
Okay, we can.
Should we watch the footage?
Yeah, I was just reading. I was waiting for people to greet you because there's a delay. And to greet them, you have to wait like 20 seconds.
Hey, no problem. But
okay.
We might as well fill in those 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
We have to fill the
you're
whole
a pro.
day.
You're a pro.
I'm kind of a pro.
But.
Oh, wait a second.
I
have. That's the one.
So this is
Wait a second.
Should we start it again?
Just
all right.
relax.
All right.
We have a whole day.
All right.
We can watch it 3 times if you like.
So this is the Division. This is the Division running on Xbox One. This is what we showed the conference. It's slightly different, actually. You can recognize, if you've ever been to New York, this is Times Square. Okay, and we're walking from Times Square towards Midtown in Manhattan. And you see that gate there? That is the dark zone. So we're going to pop over in there, okay? And you can see the UI that's starting to flit. You know what that means? That means you're being jammed. Your systems are being jammed. So you're losing control with the HQ, the base of operations, and you jump inside the dark zone.
Can you still use electronic gadgets like the drones?
Yes, because this has all come online again. The drone we'll talk about a little bit later on, but you can use your electronic systems, you can use your skills as well. So here you see, with 3 players, what we've just seen here are some Rikers, some of these enemies within the dark zone. These are controlled by AI, okay? So it's like a normal encounter. There we just use one of our skills, that green grenade thing. That's a health grenade, so it recharges your friends. Here, notice the destruction. We're climbing on top of the ambulance to have some vantage point. We can see the militarization of this zone, and the reason why we're coming into the dark zone because the best equipment, the best loot is in the dark zone. We just leveled up there too. So we're going to run over to Bronson. We're going to revive him. That's it. Thank you for the weird English word. I'd forgotten it there. We revive him, and what do we see? Bam! It's a loot box. Now this is where the military left the loot when they evacuated from the dark zone. The dark zone was the epicenter of the disease. So here we pushed on a little bit more to Bryant Park, and we've run into some more enemies. These guys are called the Cleaners. They have big flamethrowers. They're ex-sanitary workers in New York, and their mission is to eradicate the virus with flamethrowers. So they're burning the virus out of the city. Here we can see that flare in the sky.
In the trailer, they looked like the bad guys.
They are the bad guys, because they've gone crazy, man. So they're even getting rid of civilians within the streets. You can't let that happen.
Yeah, of course.
You're part of the Division.
It's like anarchy.
Yes. You can't have anarchy in the city. You're there to regain control.
Are there more cities like that, or is it like Ground Zero?
So yeah, it's exactly that. This is in Midtown, and it's the ground zero of the virus outbreak. Now here, this is quite complex, so let's just focusing on this. We've just met another group of players. Now these players, they went rogue, which means they attacked you first. And they attacked you to try and steal your loot. We stopped them from doing that. We knocked them down, but there's another team of 2 people or 3 people right in front of you. You've just decided to go rogue. You just decided to get rid of them.
Oh, you can do it anytime.
You can do it at any
time. Kill your
time.
friends whenever you want it.
It's these guys. This is a different team, so they're not your friends. But you're taking a risk.
But they could become my friends.
They could become your friends
if I hadn't shot them.
Just
saying.
Shooting them doesn't make them become your friends. That's for sure. You're a very perspicacious young man.
Yeah.
All right. So you see that blue skull above your head? That means that you've gone rogue. Being rogue is definitely a beacon to everybody else in the dark zone that you're carrying great equipment and you're a bad guy. And that if they come and try and get you, then they're not going to be penalized for it. There's only upside for it. So now you've called for extraction, you sent a flare up in the sky. It's going to be 43 seconds until the helicopter arrives. When the helicopter arrives, you've got to mount the loot on it to be able to extract it, to use it outside of the dark zone. So here you're defending this point. It's like a siege moment.
Yeah.
So the team right there is trying to get you, trying to get rid of you. Our team's in a fairly good position. We've still got grenades, we've still got health, we've still got a pulse. These 2 guys, they're down. There you go. Here's the car. He's going to go right to the extraction point. You can extract anywhere in this arena. You don't have to extract on the H.
That's a good point. You said just arena. So is it really just an arena with boundaries, or is it an open world environment like we kind of led to believe?
Simon, that is a fantastic question.
I knew it!
It is not an arena. This is a fully open world. And actually, you could walk right up until much higher up in New York there, and there are different extraction points within the place. It's a shame we didn't open up the mega map to see the different structure. But there you go. You extracted, you're rogue, you're a badass, you're a bad guy. Now you have to hide. What? Is that the end of the footage?
I'm going to play it again. I'm sorry, it's only a short one. But I'm going to play it again just for the viewers to see stuff while we're talking. Maybe we lost stuff you want
a couple
to
of
explain,
details.
So you can explain again if you want. First of all, it looks awesome. I'm quite sure it's one of the most beautiful games out there.
Thank you very much.
And I gotta say, I'm not quite sure about the whole concept of the game, because I haven't heard that much about the details yet. So I know that it's a great city. It's like it's in zones. There are different zones, and some you can go and some you can't. Everywhere are kind of bandits or civilians. The virus is working in some areas, and there are also multiplayer characters in the same area. So, what is your main enemy, and what is your main goal, and how do you progress in the game? That's a part I haven't quite.
Let me clarify that for you, because you got a lot of information there, but there's a little confusion on a couple of things. And, and the good thing is, you're talking to the right guy to be able to explain it to you.
I hope so.
So, what this is a real massive open world, okay? It's set in New York, a New York that's gone through an incredible pandemic. So a virus has ravaged the city, and you're there as a division agent, you're activated as a division agent to help bring back order to the streets of New York and to take the city back. That is your mission, okay? So you start off, and you're gonna go to Manhattan, and you're gonna take back each street. Now you're going to face
street per street.
Street per street. And you're going to face enemies. You're going to have missions. You're going to have side quests. You're going to have collectibles. You're going to have resource gathering. You have this incredibly cool RPG loop of looking for better and better equipment while you're leveling up as well. And what's super cool is that the entire game is playable up to 4 people. So collaboratively or as well. I'm a more of a solo guy, a lone wolf. So I'll be playing this mostly alone.
So you don't have any friends?
I have a few friends. I can prove it.
Yeah, I have them in my cell phone right now.
Yeah,
You see?
Facebook. You can check out my friends on Facebook.
I believe you.
Anyway, so everything is playable either 1 to 4 players. Now this is where it gets exciting. Inside the dark zone, which is what we're presenting here, it goes from PvE, so that's the cooperative experience, to a PvP enabled place. So as soon as you jump over that wall,
which
bam,
we've seen,
yes, it's like loading up multiplayer maps, but it isn't. Do you know what it is?
It's fluent and you won't recognize
exactly.
it at all,
It's completely seamless going into a multiplayer area. And this is where it gets super interesting, is that if I want, I can still be playing by myself and decide, you know what, I'm going to go into the dark zone and I'm going to sneak around. And I'm going to get that loot. I'm going to kill some enemies, but I'm going to do it all by myself. I don't need a team. And I don't need to engage in PvP. I don't have to do it if I don't want to do it. So you still have to extract if you find loot, but you can do it all by yourself. But where it gets really interesting and really atypical in terms of multiplayer. And I don't know, are you a big multiplayer?
Yeah, I love it. I totally adore that everything is about co-op and multiplayer right now.
Okay.
I mean, your game was one of the first to introduce it, and now it's mainstream. It has become mainstream during the last year.
Yep.
So every game has co-op mode. Every game has to have a co-op mode, it seems.
I think so. I think more and more people are enjoying these sort of synergies that you can have.
Was that a technical limitation before? So why haven't we seen co-op games before?
That's a really good question. I think it's a tech question and also an investment question. These games are getting bigger and bigger, more and more expensive, and that money is going into stuff like, you see this incredible engine, and it's not just graphically, this is a whole multiplayer, seamless multiplayer, and it still looks this beautiful. This is an unbelievable achievement. So it's probably an investment. I don't know. I think it's a power, tech, and investment type of decision. But again, that's just my thinking.
Okay. You're not here to judge.
No,
stuff.
not at all.
I've heard. I'm not quite sure of it. It's just some games gossip I catched up that you guys had some problems after the first trailer, which was awesome and which created like a feeling for the game already.
Yep.
And after that, you had no game. That's what I heard. The guys, they didn't even have a game. And I've heard you're working with different studios right now to implement a game, to create a game out of many tiny parts. Or is that right? Is it totally wrong?
It sounds
kind of right.
It sounds completely insane.
It sounds like The Division. There's a division for that, and there's a division for that.
It sounds completely insane. Do you want to restart the video?
Why not? Do you have? Is there on YouTube maybe something else I can show?
I have no idea. I've been stuck at I've been stuck at the convention center. So, just to come back to this crazy theory that you have that there's no game. This is just nonsense.
It's not a theory. I've just heard you started late developing.
That's nonsense. Do you think that we could have what we have there in 2 years of development? This is crazy talk.
This
is crazy talk.
I will kill the guy who said
No, don't kill him. Slap him on the wrist. He's a bad boy. No, what is true out of what you were saying is that there are several studios working on the game. So we're working with Annecy in France, Reflections in England, Newcastle, and Red Storm in the USA, and of course in Malmö. And we've got test studios as well. So there's a bunch of different people, hundreds of people working on this game.
The reason why I said it wasn't to diss you. It was just to.
You're not dissing me. You're dissing 100 developers who know who you are, who are going to come to your place and kick your.
It would be great if all these developers would show up here.
Let me
one
call.
after one.
Let me go get them.
No.
To me?
Yeah. Get the first 100, please.
Yes.
No, I was asking the following question. It's more important to me. How do you coordinate all these different teams? Isn't there like a big possible failure if you have many different divisions working on the same game?
But you know, Ubisoft has been developing like this.
So it's just quite normal.
No, it's a huge challenge. It's part of one of the things that makes Ubisoft shine. I mean, for me, collaborative work like this is part and parcel of what makes Ubisoft so special. I mean, the last 2 projects I've worked on at Ubisoft have been split across several studios, and it's a lot of work. You know, it looks easy, and we all enjoy these games when they come out.
I'm not saying it looks easy, really. It looks awesome, to be honest.
This is actually super low res. I mean,
it's a YouTube video. I mean, it's not official, and
can we get something that looks good? Because you know, one thing I'm proud of is the game looking good.
Yeah,
so
that's kind of a problem here.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna give it a try. I mean,
so,
I know I don't. Maybe I have that, but it's 720p.
No,
it's not HD at all.
Don't do
I'm
it.
sorry. Okay, we won't show anything
and
more.
especially
Let's
not
play it again.
especially
That's
not
what you wanted,
adverts.
right?
No.
Okay.
I think if you find the
well, let's talk about
the comeback trailer that we showed at Microsoft's press conference on Monday. That's a super explosive, super emotional trailer. If you want, I can type it out, because obviously you're having problems with YouTube and technology, so maybe I can help you out there, buddy.
Yeah, I'll get it. I'll get to that.
So, you know, if the community has a couple of questions, we can take those questions as well.
I will try. I didn't want to look around for 5 minutes while you sit here, but there actually were questions in the game. I'm hoping I will find it.
You know, one of my favorite sentences in English is cool beans.
Cool beans?
Yeah.
We are rocket beans.
I know, that's what I'm talking about.
And we're some cool beans.
And you're some cool beans.
No. But, okay, there are the questions from our community.
All right.
Great. First of all, thanks for questioning, for putting some questions out there.
So we're going to do 5 questions, is that okay?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Just pick your choice.
All right. So,
and answer for that.
Okay. Here are 2 questions. The first 2 questions. How many online players can play on one server? How does the multiplayer work anyway? So two very different things. I think we've covered what the multiplayer how it works. How many players can play on one server? It's still being calculated. So today at E3, and what you saw in the video was teams of 3 teams of 3, okay? And we could have teams of 4. So it was just a choice to have teams of 3. And
so
to be
12?
12,
the limit?
but it's not the limit. We could put many more players in the dark zone than that. The issue that I have is that we haven't found this sweet spot of the experience that we want. So 12 people in the dark zone works super well for E3. Because it's super intense, and you know it's very close to a classic sort of deathmatch type of thing. But that's not really the key emotional response that we're looking for. The key emotional response that we're looking for is this fear and tension of carrying this loot and meeting another agent and saying, "Is this guy gonna shoot me, or should I get at him? Because he's carrying some loot too, and that loot looks juicy." And if I shoot him in the back of the head, maybe I can steal his stuff.
It's a bit Daisy, right? It's a bit all these. You can never trust a human player.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said a bad word.
You
but it's
can
11.
say whatever you want.
All right.
I don't care anymore.
So
I love it. So weather change. I mean, we've seen particle effects with snow.
Yes.
It
so
was snow, right? It wasn't like viral stuff.
Ultimati, great question. There is a day-night cycle, of course. And there is weather change from snowstorms to fog, and you know, if you can pull up the Microsoft trailer, you've got a bunch of different weather settings in that trailer.
Okay, I'll look for it after you're gone, because you're only here for 3-4 more minutes. So
okay,
I'm gonna show it to the people afterwards.
I was having fun. Why are you kicking me out?
Because your guy just showed me the 5. No. You can't turn it around. This is my place. Okay. What is the penalty for getting rogue? Is there a penalty?
Yeah, of course there is a penalty.
You lose your loot. When you get killed. Okay.
You lose your loot when you get killed, but you're also penalized. You'll lose the experience that you've gained in the dark zone. So the longer you play, the more risk it is to actually go on rogue.
What can you win
The
while
loot.
going
The
rogue?
loot. If you kill somebody, you go
you get
rogue,
what he has, yeah.
you get what he's carrying. The other problem is, yeah, it's risk reward. The other problem is that if you go rogue, that little skull thing, that goes up above you, and it's like a
so
big beacon
everybody knows
for the whole of the dark zone that there's this one guy who's a complete bastard, and he's got some sweet loot because he's just killed somebody. So it's like flashing light above his head saying, hey, I'm here, I'm here. So, you know, tough players and people who want to risk that, they're going to go for it.
One more question to that. How long does it last? How long? I mean, how long does it
There's
last?
a timer.
Is it forever?
No,
There's
there's a timer linked to it, and if you go rogue again, that timer will increase. I think the current maximum is like 5 minutes, but
that's okay.
it may change, you know, it may change. We've still got time until launch. And remember, we've got some beta tests, and the beta tests, we're going to get feedback, and we'll adjust. We'll adjust.
What were your experiences during the tests? What did you change? Or
We haven't done them yet. The big beta, no.
You're still right in developing and testing while you're developing.
So if you're interested in the beta tests, two things. One, exclusively on Xbox One, you're going to be able to play this December. So if you pre-order, you get access, and I'm pushing you to pre-order because it makes me, it gives me the right to make another game afterwards. And if you're on PS4 or PC, we'll be doing another beta test early 2016.
Okay.
So Xbox One, December, and all the platforms, including Xbox One, PS4, and PC, 2016. And the game comes out on those three platforms March 8th, 2016.
It's a long way to go still.
Long way to go.
What will you show us next? What will be? I'm pretty sure you won't show us like the same stuff in 3 months. Maybe some other locations in New York, or is there stuff you can't show us now?
No, we'll show you exactly the same thing.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, you're crazy. Of course we won't show you the same thing.
I mean, it's New York. It kind of looks all the same.
So,
you know what I mean? Skyscrapers, streets, cars.
I can't guarantee what we're going to show, but what I would like to show is one of the missions indoors. So in the comeback trailer, the Microsoft trailer there, we've got a couple of shots of, let's say, a shopping center and stuff like that. And there are a couple of hints about different environments that you can see. I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
It's a shame we can watch that. The
Is
B-roll
Central
was
Park also in the game?
I can't talk about it. Sorry,
That
buddy.
means yes. Das bedeutet ja.
No,
Okay.
you never know.
We are totally running out of time. I'm really sorry. A lot of questions. Thanks for all that. And I'm going to show the trailers when you're gone.
Fantastic.
Thanks for visiting. It was great.
Thank you very much.
For having you.
Twitch, thank
Danke.
you.
Er hat sich doch benommen.
Awesome. Bye-bye.
You behaved greatly. Everything was okay.
You behaved greatly.
We both.
We both were great.
You were better.
You were
okay. Just leave now.
All right, go.
Bye. Bye, Julian. Also, das war Julian von Ubisoft, beziehungsweise den Entwicklern von Division. Take you bad, yeah, you need it. Ich habe jetzt natürlich, ich muss dazu sagen, ich bin jetzt eigentlich hier in diesen Slot reingerutscht. Eigentlich war ich gar nicht für Division vorgesehen. Sonst hätte ich mich ein bisschen mehr informiert. Natürlich kenne ich die Trailer, natürlich kenne ich so ein bisschen die Videos. Aber wie ich gerade gesagt habe, für mich sieht das dann oft alles gleich aus, weil man eben immer irgendwelche abgesperrten Bereiche sieht mit Chaos, Autos, Schnee und eben Feinden, die man nach und nach erledigt. Das ist, wenn überhaupt, vielleicht auch die eine Kritik, die man wirklich, finde ich, bringen kann, dass es vielleicht alles ein bisschen gleich aussieht auf Dauer. Aber ich muss sagen, dass wenn Gebäude, und ich weiß, dass man in U-Bahn-Stationen, hat man ja gesehen, das sind also ganz viele Areale, die man da noch, wo man ein bisschen Abwechslung reinbringen kann. Allein, keine Ahnung, jetzt ein Kaufhaus kann ja komplett, weiß ich nicht, abwechslungsreich aussehen im Vergleich zu dem, was man sonst so kennt in Division. Wir haben noch Trailer und tut mir leid, dass ich jetzt nicht alle Fragen vorlesen konnte. Ich kann sie noch mal kurz hier zeigen, damit ihr, nee, das nicht, damit ihr seht, dass da wirklich einige kamen. Aber ihr habt es ja auch gesehen, er hat jetzt auch nicht wirklich Zeit gehabt und meinte auch, er kann so 5 Fragen beantworten. Ich glaube, die haben wir jetzt auch bekommen. Und da sind auch Fragen dabei. Okay, das haben wir immerhin beantwortet bekommen. Will we be able to enter buildings in the dark zone? Also ich fand das sehr interessant, so richtig wirkliche Infos über über die Kämpfe hinaus und wie sie funktionieren, habe ich jetzt auch noch nicht bekommen, aber das ist ja nun mal auch die Dramaturgie von so einer, von so einer Messe und von der Dramaturgie, die man eben macht als Publisher, bis dann das Spiel, und das habt ihr ja gehört, ist im März. Der erzählt, da am Anfang noch gar nichts stand. Natürlich hätte er mir die Wahrheit jetzt auch nicht gesagt, wenn es so gewesen wäre, aber ich finde, er hat schon so reagiert, dass man es glauben kann, dass die mit Sicherheit nicht einen Render-Trailer machen, ohne zumindest schon mal die Idee und andere Spieleentwickler auch nicht meistens. Ich erinnere da gern, ist zwar kein Spiel, aber an George Lucas, der dann irgendwann meinte, ach, die bauen schon die Sets, ja, da muss ich anfangen, das Drehbuch zu schreiben. Also, wenn es Zeit ist, dann kann man sich hier auf YouTube, denn ich habe es euch ja versprochen und ihm auch, nochmal mittelmäßige, qualitative Video nochmal an. Nein, mal gucken, es gibt sicher diesen neuen Trailer auch hier. Fand ich schön, dass ihm das nicht gefallen hat, dass wir YouTube-Videos gezeigt haben, weil er dann doch so, das ist aber doch nicht jetzt, also es ist ja nicht 1875 HD. Das fand ich irgendwie sympathisch und schön. Da merkt man, dass Leuten ihr Spiel halt nicht egal ist. Ja, er hatte jetzt auch keine Ahnung, was wir ja eigentlich alles haben an Videos. Deswegen war er, glaube ich, ganz froh, dass wir das haben. Eine Sekunde, wir können gleich Werbung machen. Ich würde gerne, damit das Ganze abgeschlossene Kiste ist, einen Trailer noch zeigen, den ich jetzt gerade raussuche. Und das machen wir dann auch. Jetzt mal schauen, diese Woche müsste er ja dann eigentlich rausgekommen sein. Das ist der Multiplayer Reveal-Trailer, dann haben wir noch den Division Gameplay-Trailer. Bisschen schwierig. Okay, der geht 5 Minuten. Ich glaube, das ist der, den wir gerade geguckt haben. Und dann gucken wir uns doch einfach jetzt mal diesen hier an, von der Microsoft-Konferenz. Mit einem schönen, fetten GameSpot-Logo drin. Warum nicht? So, ich mache mal alles laut, mache das Spiel und stelle euch alles ein. Wir hatten gerade die ganze Zeit keinen Ton. Ach Leute, das tut mir natürlich leid. Nö, komm, da müssen wir nochmal neu. Das ist ein bisschen doof. Wir haben ja natürlich... Ich fange nochmal neu an. So, ganz kurz. Das ist ein bisschen doof, weil wir hier immer umstellen und dann hin und her. Und wir hatten hier, glaube ich, einmal aus. Heißt das, wir hatten das die ganze Zeit eben beim Spiel auch nicht, gell? Na gut, ist jetzt halt zu spät. Es gibt übrigens diese 5 Minuten, die wir uns immer wieder angeguckt haben, noch auf dem... auf YouTube natürlich, haben wir gerade gesehen, heißt glaube ich Multiplayer Gameplay oder so. Und jetzt nochmal für euch, es tut mir leid, klappt nicht immer alles perfekt, nochmal komplett ohne, also mit Ton, ohne mein Gelaber und ich mache jetzt auch mein Bild mal aus. Wenn das geht. Nee, geht nicht. Okay, lassen wir es. Nein, oh Gott. Damn you, YouTube! So, jetzt aber.
It was a weaponized virus. One by one, we began to fall. People started
Das ist unglaublich. Ich will doch nur, dass
tearing each other apart. until society as we knew it collapsed.
There's an ordinary world.
It was a signal that the normal lives we led
We're gone.
We are activated as a last resort. We are the division.
We don't know how many of us there are.
or what it will take to save what remains.
But there is one thing we do know.
There cannot be any hope for tomorrow if we don't fight for today.
Ja, das war er. Jetzt auch nochmal mit Ton. Ja, die kleinen technischen Pannen tun mir leid, aber wir sind hier gleichzeitig. Oh, jetzt habe ich mich selbst so leise gedreht. Hallo, hier bin ich wieder. Ich habe mich gerade, als ich mich nicht gehört habe, für die ganzen technischen Pannen entschuldigt. Wir sind natürlich jetzt auch nicht perfekt. Warum ist denn jetzt hier auch noch irgendwas? Was ist denn hier los? Einfach schaltet mal die Werbung. In der Zeit jetzt angelangt. Bisschen Revolution. Und ja, ich hoffe, ihr seid da noch da und dann geht es hier weiter. Wir haben natürlich den ganzen Tag Programm. Und nachher kommt der Nils auch noch und erzählt, was er bei Microsoft gesehen hat. Was das da war, dieses große Fragezeichen. Vielleicht was wie HoloLens, vielleicht aber auch nur ein Spiel namens Fragezeichen. Und jetzt viel Spaß mit der Werbung.